Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. We have Sister Shivani with us today to discuss on our current topic,
Soul connections.
Soul connections. Welcome, Sister.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
I wanted to ask you one question from the last episode, Sister. Before we continue, I'm sorry to repeat. Supposing somebody who's been watching our program says, these two are talking about a person who is not being rejected in life, or they're very successful. Ask me how I feel as a rejected person from childhood, unwanted person like childhood. What do they know about my pain? If this kind of a thought comes, what should that person do?
Spirituality teaches us that different people could have had a different past. No two people would have had the same past, because everyone's past karma, everyone's present scenario, everything is different for everyone. So situations for everyone, and that's for emotions and the magnitude to which everybody creates their emotions. In the same situation, somebody could be very hurt, somebody could be a little hurt, somebody could forget it in 10 days, somebody will take 10 years. Yes. So situations different for different people, emotions different for different people, magnitude of emotions different for different people, but the process of healing is the same.
And what is that?
And that is to sit with yourself, empower yourself, be aware of your every thought and emotion, and start talking and gradually changing that. So it doesn't matter that, let's say, I may not have experienced rejection, and so I have not created an emotion of rejection, but I have created a whole lot of other ones.
Okay.
So the equation is the same, like how you do in maths. You learn the equation.
Okay.
And then when you go for the exam, they will change the problem a little bit, no?
Equation remains
Equation remains the same. As long as you've learnt your equations right, you will be able to solve the problem. And that's all that we have to do. Learn the equations which we learn from Rajayoga.
That was very nice. So thank you so much. And I come back to again about the children, the television, and I still feel that people who don't cry with others' pain, somewhat I feel, or others feel, or a lot of other people feel, that they're not sensitive enough.
Okay. Of course, we were talking about television, but now you're talking about real life situations.
Also.
Also on television, if someone's crying,
I'm just telling you, I want to talk to you about two points. One is how much a child cannot, when a child watches a television, you cannot tell him or her to watch it in a detached manner.
You can share everything with a child provided you've done it yourself.
Okay.
You know how a child watches us do it. And we also use that vocabulary with a child. A child sees us with the television.
My child used to see me crying when I used to watch a movie.
That's all. And for a child, when a child is little, for a child the parent is perfect. Because a child's world is only the parents. And everything that my parent does is right. A child doesn't use his intellect on what my parents are doing, is it right or wrong? Everything that a parent does is right for a child up to a certain age. So a parent has to be very, very careful that their every thought, word and action is creating the reality for a child, is creating the truth for a child. For a very, very long time, the child is going to live this life, this is right, this is truth. Why? Because my parents did it this way.
So instead of saying careful, what happens when you say that I have to be very careful because of my child? What happens then? It becomes a burden, and then I say, to raise a child is a burden, is a pain. So if I do it for my own self first, then the things become natural for the child.
That's why we spoke a whole lot of episodes on what we had to do only for ourselves. But what happens today is, when you talk to someone about, okay, take care of yourself, be careful for yourself, people don't take it very seriously. And they will say, oh, I don't have time. Why do I not have time? Because I'm so busy doing this and this and this. For who? For my children. So a whole lot of focus of my life is for my children. So if it is for your children and if it's not for you, so then at least for your children's sake, you will have to take care of yourself.
That's nice.
You know, if you didn't feel like taking care of yourself for your own sake, and you said, stress is natural because I'm working for my children. I have to get angry with my colleagues because I have to earn this much for my children. So everything we seem to be doing for our children, for our family, then we have to do a whole lot of other things also for our children. And that's why when we talk to parents from the perspective of what's good for their child, they are sometimes more ready to learn than they were ready to learn for their own selves. Because a parent's top concern is, my child should be healthy, happy and powerful. So they're ready to do anything for their child to be like that.
Okay.
But for themselves, they said, it's okay if I'm in pain. And they were ready to live in pain because they thought this pain is natural because they want to give happiness to their children.
Yeah, happiness to the children.
So it's a very pure intention that everything that I am doing is for my child, but somewhere I will have to stop and check whether it's creating the right result. And that's why if I'm watching too much of television and movies and my children are with me, you know, sometimes nowadays parents want to feed the child and they find it very difficult, you know, to feed the child. So the easiest way is switch on the television and sit.
And the child is so busy watching, then it goes on here and, you know, you feed the child, he doesn't even know what he's eating.
Yeah, and after some time, it's a sanskar. They will eat only with television. Now, spirituality teaches us the effect of food on the mind. And what has to be our state of mind while we are eating the food. So now, if I am eating my meal and I'm watching violence, the energy that I'm creating while eating is not very good energy. And this energy is not good for the mind, not good for the body either. So I may have consumed the physical part of the food, but the vibrations that I created were not good for me. So, but we're using these shortcut methods, thinking that I have to feed my child. So the work is done. He had a whole meal.
As you said earlier, food, eating is a very important part of our life.
Right.
How to eat, what to eat, and where to eat.
And in what state of mind to eat.
Because whatever you eat, it's creating...
It's creating your complete package.
And creating your destiny
and the
too.
Body. Yeah, because your thoughts are creating your destiny. But it's very important that... But a lot of parents have their meals with television.
I do.
So whatever we do, the children will follow.
But thank God I don't watch the news with the breakfast or lunch these days. And most often, 99%, I've stopped watching television. I just switch it off. And I switch off my telephone. I switch off everything while eating lunch.
Our creativity, our intuition power is not getting developed because of watching too much of media. See, because
from
my
childhood.
mind... Yeah, from childhood. Because my mind is not developing that art of creative thinking. It's thinking only what is being shown there. And that's why we saw no one taught us the art of right thinking. Because our thinking was created by somebody else's thinking. And then the dangerous part is that this way of thinking then is not only with media, then it is in my real life. Because if I can cry, if someone's crying on screen, then what will happen when someone's crying near me? And then you said, but it is natural to cry if someone's crying. In fact, it's insensitive not to cry if someone's crying.
I thought the persons who don't cry, they don't have any feelings for others and they're not sensitive enough and they don't care about the world.
Today, if your child is in pain due to any situation in their life, it could be a problem in career, it could be a problem in marriage, it could be a health problem, It could be just anything. They're low because of some reason and they have a challenge in their life right now. You're the parent and here's your child, very low. What's the role of the parent?
Child is low, so I should be strong.
Two, what's the role?
To cure the child, to heal
cure
the child.
To heal the child. Now your child is crying. What's your role?
To make him laugh.
And for that, how would you have to be?
I have to laugh.
And not laugh just outside.
Within.
Anyone who's in pain requires someone near them who would heal them and help them to come out of the pain. But that someone will have to be absolutely stable.
And detached.
But people around us today, our family and friends, seem to go in more pain than the pain we are in. And therefore, instead of healing us and helping us come out of the pain, we are adding pain to their pain.
Then why can't a doctor operate his or her own child?
Because they are attached.
That is what I said. Then it's very normal. It's everywhere. You ask any doctor, he
Now
will not.
imagine a doctor. The whole world comes to him for treatment, but he can't heal his own child physically. Is it good? Imagine, my child is
These
here.
are the things which make me feel that it is so normal,
No, but
natural.
think about it. If you're the doctor and
So
your
I would-
child's not well, look at it. You're the doctor, your child's not well, and everybody says, you're the best doctor for this problem what your child has right now. You are the best doctor. Everyone in the world comes to you for this surgery. But today you cannot operate your child.
It's just like saying that if my child needs money today and I've been giving donation to the world and I cannot give my treasure to my own
My own
child.
child. I cannot give power to my own child. Today, why are children going to counselors?
Because they can't speak to their father, mother.
Not only just speak to their father, mother. A counselor is the one who's detached.
Okay.
See, a child comes with their problem, and not a child, just anyone. They have a problem, they are in pain, they need someone who's detached, is able to look at the situation in the right perspective, is able to guide them, but is also able to give power. But parents, spouse, very close friends, they go in pain because they are attached. Because they are attached, they go in pain. Once they go in pain, they cannot see the situation in the right perspective. And therefore, the advice that they will give at that time will not be the right advice. And most important, they will give pain to my existing pain.
This is a very big problem I used to have. My children, my brother's children, my sister's children, they would never be able to come and tell me their problem because they know that I'll start getting affected. You know, he'll feel bad if I say this, he'll feel this. They would go to my wife and tell their mother or their aunt, the chachi.
It's not only about that you will get affected. See, look at it like that.
If they cry, I would cry. If they are angry, I would get angry. I would just be whatever they come in the mood.
But they're not thinking only about you. That, oh, but he will go into pain, so we should not go to him. But it's just that I'm in so much pain right now, I don't need any more. And if
Okay.
I come and tell you,
and I will
you
increase
create
their
this
pain.
whole vibration of pain, and if I came to you with X amount of pain, I'm going to leave with 2X.
But don't you think the child also wants... what will the child feel when he comes and says, this happened to me, that happens to me, and I'm so detached?
Detached doesn't mean no response. Detached doesn't mean, okay, so what if you're in pain? What can I do about it? This is not detachment. Detachment just means I will not go into pain. And because I'm not in pain,
I can give a lot of love.
love. That's all that's needed. What does somebody in pain need?
Love.
Love, understanding, and probably also guidance, how to handle that situation. But the right guidance will only be given by a person who's not in pain. If parents could master this art of being detached and guiding their children, we wouldn't need counselors today.
What is the difference between loving a child and being detached? A lot of people, the moment we use this word detached, they think, okay, if we go to Brahmakumaris, they teach you how to get detached, and I don't want to be detached with my wife or my husband, This is very, very, very...
Whether you want to be detached or no, you just need to ask yourself, what's your responsibility towards your family? We say, my responsibility to look after my children, right? To make my children happy. My children, my spouse, they are going to have challenges in life. What is my responsibility at that time?
My responsibility?
Yeah, my spouse or my child is in pain. What's my responsibility?
To get them out of the pain.
So how can I get them out of pain if I'm in pain? It's like we are walking and there's this huge pit and one person falls in.
And I also fall in.
And I also fall in because so much attachment. If you fall, I fall.
If you die, I die. If you fall sick, I fall
sick. So very
sick.
soon the second person falls in. After some time another friend comes, they said, oh, you're in pain. Dumb. I'll also fall in. Very soon the whole family is in the pit, all crying together. And they're saying, we love each other so much.
He falls, I also fall. That is not love.
That's not love. I've seen so many children whom we meet, they are in depression due to whatever, probably some pressures they're not able to handle. And they are taking treatment for depression. And then we need to meet their parents, because parents can do a lot of healing at home. I'm telling you, parents are more depressed than the child.
So they are
and you know the cause of their depression for the parent? Because my child is depressed.
Maybe the child is depressed because the parents are depressed.
No, the child could be depressed for whatever reason. And the only thing I have to tell the parents that time is, you need to create a very, very healthy environment at home. The vibration in your house will have to be very powerful and positive. They said, how can we be positive when my child is depressed? So if you can't be positive when your child is depressed, and if you're choosing to be negative when your child is depressed, then be ready, take the courage to say to yourself, I am adding to his depression. Let us say this to ourselves today.
I like this line.
Yes, I am adding.
I am adding to his pain if I'm in pain when you're in pain.
Absolutely.
I'm adding to your depression when I'm depressed when you're depressed.
So now I need to ask myself, if my responsibility is looking after my children, then I have to empower them, not push them into pain because of my own pain. And to empower them, I will have to remain powerful. And to remain powerful is detachment.
And also we can say detachment is being stable.
Detachment is being stable.
And
what
that
is detachment?
If detachment is stability, and then it is being stable is strength. It's not weakness. So finally we can use the word that I am strong.
Absolutely.
I am not controlled by any situation.
Absolutely.
And I am not being controlled by either the television or the people or any situation. So I am in a better position to help you.
Yeah. It's just that the word detachment is taken in a little...
It causes a lot of problems.
Yeah. You can just say that detachment means I create my feelings irrespective of yours. Which means your state of mind...
Instead of create, I can say I have more control on my feelings.
No, it's not control. I choose... It's like, say, if a child is in pain, upset. Let's say the child has come back from school. Somebody bullied him, he will come home crying. The minute the mother sees the child crying like this, and she finds out the reason is that, oh, there was this other child who, had a fight with him, she will get angry, walk out of the house, go up to the mother of the other child, start fighting. Why? Because she just created a lot of pain by seeing her child in pain.
So she created pain in herself by seeing
her child in pain. If she would have remained stable, then she would have been in a better position to bring that child out of pain and to empower the child that the next time someone does something like this to you, this is how you are supposed to handle the situation.
Not come home crying.
Yeah. But I said...
See, some other parent can also say, you are a man, you are a boy, you should have hit him back. Why? They will start giving him more pain, and somebody, even then they get into argument. Sometimes they slap also.
Yeah, because that is my thought process. So
Why did you come home crying? Next time you come. The poor chap.
Yeah. So I
He's being bullied
transmit
by the
my
parents.
thought process to the child.
So he was bullied there in the society down in the compound. Then the parents bully him by saying, if you come home like this, I'm going to give you 2 whacks.
So we need to think
where
about
does this football go?
Yes. So spirituality, Brahmakumaris, doesn't take us away from family. It actually makes us stronger so that we can take better care of our family. It makes us stable so that we can have better relationships because we're able to love them unconditionally, and we're able to remain stable even if they are in pain. So this has to be experimented with.
So a doctor in Brahmakumaris can operate on his own child.
Yes,
I mean, all the ways, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and by giving a lot of love.
Yes, because see, what happens is that if a doctor tries to operate on a family member, the hand starts trembling, which is a sign that attachment reduces efficiency. And then they have to send them to someone.
That is a sign that attachment reduces
Efficiency. If I'm operating
Beautiful.
anyone else,
That's a nice
I have
line.
a skilled hand, absolutely. The same hand
Where have my skills gone?
is skilled beautifully. But when it comes to my child, my hand is trembling.
So this becomes like a hazard.
Yeah.
The
I've seen counselors, psychologists who do such excellent counseling for other people. But when it comes to their own child, they bring them somewhere else. They can't counsel their own child. They know, they've learned counseling, they're so good at it, they're solving the problems of so many people, but when it comes to their own family, they're not able to counsel them only because of one reason: attachment.
You have solved so many problems of mine today. It's wonderful. I mean,
we have to work on
it is so
ourselves.
easy when we talk to you, but otherwise, you know, it was so difficult. I used to think, why should I not cry when my child is crying? I'm in pain because my child is in pain. What is wrong? Don't tell me anything. What do you mean by telling me not to cry when the child is crying? My child is upset. I'm upset.
Our children are looking for strength and support. They need strength and support. They need someone to understand them even if they've made a mistake. They need someone to support them even if they're falling down. And that someone needs to be the parent. But sometimes the parent pulls them down even lower than where they were standing.
I like that example of yours very much. When the child is already in the pit, and I also fall there, the mother falls there, the friends fall, everybody falls.
It's an emotional pit, no?
Who will take them out?
We are all going into that emotional pit of ours. And you know, it's our definitions of natural are like, if I cry with you, that means this is love.
Yeah.
These are belief systems. These are and you know, we can say, if we want to explain to someone that I really love you, we'll say, I can feel your pain.
I'm in pain when you're in pain.
I can say, I can understand your pain. This is empathy.
Not
I
sympathy.
can understand your pain. I can understand that you are in pain and I'm there with you. But if I say, I can feel your pain, it means I'm creating the pain with you.
If I feel pain, then I'm also in pain.
Exactly.
So how will I cure you,
when
heal
you're
you?
in pain and if you're with someone, and if that person says nothing, does nothing, just remain stable with you, that vibration will pull you out.
Wonderful, sister. That was very nice. You have cleared a lot of my problems and a lot of my points, because even they were my problems, like many viewers. So would you be kind enough to do a small, a short meditation on awareness or detachment or love, whatever? Thank you.
Let me look at my family and my field of relationships. With everyone I meet, it's an exchange of energy. My responsibility is to support, empower, and heal my family. There are challenges. They have pressures. But they are looking at me for love, compassion, and support. Before taking care of them, I need to take care of myself. Let me look at myself in this situation and remind myself I am a facilitator, a guide. My role is to empower and support. It's only a situation, and my child will be able to face it and cross it. All that the child needs is strength. It's my role to give him this strength right now. I, the powerful being, send vibrations of power and love to my child. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Past karma and present situations are different for everyone, but the process of healing is the same. Be aware of the emotion, check the thought behind it, gently counsel yourself and change the thought. Feelings and responses will change. To make the children emotionally healthy and happy, the parents need to be emotionally strong. Emotional intelligence cannot be taught. Parents have to be that to empower the child. Having our meals while watching television is not healthy for the mind and the body. We need to take care of what we eat, when we eat, and in what state of mind we eat, because you are what you eat. To heal the children if they are in pain, parents need to be stable, loving, and powerful. If the parents are in pain, then they are only adding pain to the pain of the child. Detachment means to be able to create your feelings independent of the emotions of others around you, which means your mind remains uninfluenced of people and situations. Attachment creates pain and reduces our physical and emotional efficiency. Tomorrow we will discuss the power of appreciation. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Rajayoga Meditation Center, write to us at awakeningwithbks@gmail.com or call us on 099 99 744 555.
शांति और प्रेम, जहाँ प्रेम नहीं है वहाँ शांति आ नहीं सकती, जहाँ सच्चाई नहीं है वहाँ शांति आ नहीं सकती, जहाँ स्वार्थ है वहाँ शांति आ नहीं सकती। तो बाबा ने सिखाया बच्चे, प्रवृत्ति में रहो, प्रवृत्ति पर रहो, अनासक्त वृत्ति में रहो। अनासक्त वृत्ति हो, नष्टो मोह हो। देह में भी मोह न हो तो देहधारियों में भी न हो। जो भी देहधारी है पता है देह विनाशी है, आत्मा विनाशी है, पर आत्मा देह में रह करके कर्म ऐसे करे जो करावनहार परमात्मा को सामने रख करके करे।